Hi, I'm Alex. I do tool reviews, tips, and how-to videos. Today we're taking a look at a roof we did in Lambertville, New Jersey. We scraped and painted it with Calbar, a quality tinner's paint. They've been in business for over 85 years. We locally source it from Bucks County, PA. Here we're taking a look at the before pictures before we get into it. This shed dormer that we're standing on was heavily chipped. We scraped and used a special grinding attachment for it. Okay, here we have it. So, we're installing patina green. It's supposed to appear like a patina copper. It's a beautiful color in real life. Hopefully it translates through the video. I use a 9-inch roller with a thick nap roller. It's a 3/4 inch thick nap. I saturate it really well. That allows me to go up against the standing seams and rub back and forth. When I rub back and forth, that fills in and kind of brush likes all the nooks and crannies in the standing seam. Prior to painting, you might want to straighten out your standing seams, either by kicking or lightly stepping and moving your standing seams straight. It will help with the painting process and just overall in general make it look nice. A lot of times these get damaged by people working and walking on the roofs. Right here you see using the material from the standing seams going in a back and forth like motion. It doesn't give 100% coverage, but it makes sure that the standing seams have paint coverage everywhere. Also, what I like to do on your notice is I go back and forth. That puts one coat. I might dip again and add more, but then I run up and down the length, effectively boxing the paint, making sure that it gets 100% coverage. When I do that, I do not rub my roller up against the standing seam. I tend to stay away from it. Therefore, instead of being on my knees with a paintbrush and cutting in around every standing seam, which is very time consuming, I like to work as much as possible standing upright. Who wouldn't? You know, it's hard enough working on your knees. Here's, you can see me illustrating. I re-dip, freshen up my roller. This is a shower-proof coating. It is flexible, and by that, when you coat it within 15 minutes under ideal temperatures, you should use it above 40 degrees to 80 degrees. When it's too hot or you're in direct sunlight, sometimes it creates a kind of tough shell on top of it. It gets like a skim coat, and that skim coat's what protects it from showers when you're installing it. Today was a day that we had some scattered showers throughout the morning. We're supposed to get rain by 1 o'clock. I wanted to get this lower and upper roof coated at least. We did get a couple drizzles. It is water-based. It's a paint and primer in one. That being said, if you have bare metal, you can use this one-step paint to achieve a nice finish with good adhesion. But even though it's water-based, you shouldn't paint over wet surfaces. They actually mention in the instructions that even condensation isn't good. It doesn't help with the adhesion of the product to the roofing. The roof should be thoroughly cleaned, as clean as possible. Then you could roller it, you could brush it, or you could spray it on. My favorite method is roller it on. I like the nice even coverage. and I like the textured finish versus brushing it on. If it's a small enough job, a bay window or something like that, I will brush it on. But in general, I'll either use a 6-inch roller or a 9-inch roller to achieve good results. I go around the perimeter first, getting that out of the way. Once that's out of the way, you're free to carry on. Just like any paint job, don't paint yourself in a corner you can't get out of. And yeah, just try to do a good job. You could easily get anywhere between 6 to 10 years out of a quality coat job like this, which anymore nowadays, that's not bad. It does create a pretty thin but durable liner. Kind of reminds me of like a pool liner. That being said, it's only good as its penetration. Once it starts getting a chip or a hole in it, water can work at it and hydraulically lift it up and separate it. That being said, it will fill. It does have filling capabilities, but they're kind of limited to. Sorry about this. I'm having some technical difficulties with my drone. It does have filling abilities, but they're kind of limited to pinholes. Anything much bigger than a pinhole, you should fill it with a quality caulk or some type of solution and then coat over it. Like I said, it's very user-friendly. It's water-based. It's easy to clean up. I usually use disposable products. I use cheap and expensive chip brushes. Also, same thing with the rollers. The rollers are good rollers. You know, I think I spend, I don't know, $4 or $5 at Home Depot. But as long as you leave them submerged or saturated, they're hold up. You know, we did this whole job in a day. If I were to take a guess, I didn't measure the roof, but the roof we're working on right now is about 2.5 square roof, pushing 3 with all the obstacles and everything, the chimney and window and everything. That being said, Calbar is a 1 square per gallon ideal circumstances. That's a nice smooth finish with a decent application. There again, you could see I take my time, I go back and forth, I roll her up, I rub up against the standing seam. Also, paint in general, but more this one because it is kind of a thick paint. If you get a drop on the roof deck, run your roller over it and knock it down. Today we're seeing temperatures in the 70s, high 70s, low 80s. It wasn't gelling up too much, but we're trying to keep it fresh. We're trying to keep it fresh and wet as we were painting along. But, excuse me. But, yeah, that's pretty much. It's a great product. User friendly. It's water based. It's easy to clean up. If you get a spill, just get a hose. Have a water bottle on handy. Like this house right here, the water wasn't very readily available. And when I did have access to it, it wasn't on, and the homeowner wasn't home. So you might want to be prepared, even with something simple like a spray bottle or something like that. Sorry about the bad footage. Like I said, I'm using my $99 Tello drone as a cameraman. Typically it does fine, but I'm having Wi-Fi interference problems. We're kind of going through some growing pains here with it. Ideally on roofs like this, or just roofs in general, If you're working around a neighboring property, you don't even want to step foot on a neighbor's roof. You don't even want them to know you're up there, no matter hear you on their roof. As soon as you step foot on there, you own all their future and past problems. So, a good rule of thumb that somebody gave me advice a long time ago is stay on your roof, stay off the neighbor's roof. You don't know what kind of relationship they have with the neighbor. Even if they have a good relationship with the neighbor, that means absolutely nothing to you. Okay, here we have it. We have the final product, it looks like. Like I said, this is patina green. They do have different colors. I think they have, I don't know, 8 or 10 colors. They have this green, they have a hunter green, they have a brown, a black, a white, a bright red, and I believe a maroon red. Like I said, the weather broke, so we're able to get the upper and lower roof done, the valley, and the two pole gutters done. It's a shame this is the type of roof that nobody could really see it to appreciate it. It's a very historically rich town. A lot of houses, almost city-like, close together, but a lot of historic houses. And it's for somebody like me that has an appreciation for old historic houses. It's great to see that they're fixing them up and taking good care of them. Even though there's a lot of rental properties, the homeowners are taking good care of their properties and bringing back some of the historically significant aspects of the house. Well, I hope you like the content. Till the next time, good day.